Hello and welcome back to next session of the MATLAB programming. In this part, we're going to explore some new functions on vectors, which are really important, especially when used in programming and analyzing data. So let me try out with defining a new vector, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, this is my new A. The first item that I wanted to talk about is finding the length of a vector. Okay, there are occasions where you had a large array of vectors and you need to know how many data points are in there. So maybe you want to take the average, maybe you want to just know the number of the data points, or those data represent some specific meaning for you. For any reason, you need to know how many elements are in there. There is actually a function called length. So if I type length and A, because A is my vector, it will give me the number as 5. So there are 5 elements in it. And if I define a bigger one, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and just random numbers. Okay, so I created a big vector, and later I will show you how to do it much faster and in a better way. But for now, we just stick to our conventional methods. So I found a vector that has a lot of values, and it's not intuitive and easy for me to just go and 1, 2, 3, and how many elements are in there. The way that I can do is to use length. Length function is going to go and count it for me and bring it the result. So if I do that, the result is going to turn out to be 17, which is very easily calculated. You can also do some other stuff with the length. For example, I can do length of A divided by length of B. Okay? I can easily do that, and it will give me the result. It might be meaningless at the moment, but there are engineering elements or engineering applications where these are really important. And I will give you one in a moment. Okay, so let me clear up the screen. There might be occasions where you're interested to find the sum of the elements inside a vector. For example, I do have A here. I want to know what's the summation. The way that I can do is to use function sum. I write sum and then open parentheses and type my vector name. When I do that, MATLAB is going to go and add all these elements together and return the results, which is very easy. For example, imagine the B. Let me bring the B. It's gonna be a much easier one. Okay, so imagine the B is going to represent the grades of students in a class. You know, it's a terrible class. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 B, and you know, it's just a very lazy class. And the teachers just need to know what's the average of the class, okay? The way that we can do is to sum all the values, which is going to be, so the sum turned out to be 134, and then length of B, which turned out to be 17. Then we can find sum of B divided by length of B. All right, so if I do that, it turned out to be 7.8 as the average of the class. And we can do a better way to use the mean function, mean of B, which does the same thing for us. It just goes and finds the average of that vector, which represents some sort of data. The other important functions that we need is the mean and max. If you ever wanted to find the minimum value of a vector, you can do it by typing mean. Okay, so the mean value of A is going to go search the vector A and find all the elements and then bring the minimum one, which is 1. The same one with B. If I do that, it will bring the minimum one as well. And you're able to do some sort of calculations with it as well. How about the max? So the max of A is going to be 7. The max of B is going to be 45. And if this array of data, the B1, if it was representing the temperature, for example, in a refinery or something, and then you're asked to write a program for this refinery to watch the temperature, and if the temperature goes beyond, let's say, 12, then it alarms you, okay? So goes above 9. So even 12 is not allowed. So above 9, it should alarm you. What you can do is to find the maximum value of this vector and watch that value, write a condition for that we'll later explain, and tell MATLAB that if this value ever goes above 9, just do these stuff, okay? So this is gonna be some of the functions that they can use, a very simple one. And don't worry, we're going to learn the conditional programming as well, and I will explain all the sort of stuff to you, so at the end you're fully able to write a functional program.